Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. As we always do, straight up, I don't want to bother you guys. I just want to go straight into the Champions League. The Champions League is back, and you know how the Champions League is. We are going to have a different kind of stories, good league, competitive, best of the best. So straight into the Champions League. Let's just go straight into it. Let's start with AC Milan, Newcastle. A very tough one there, 0-0. Lazio, Atletico Madrid, 1-1. A very tough one. So PSG, Dortmund, PSG 2, Dortmund 0. Man City, FK Krasnodar, Man City 3, FK Krasnodar 1. Barcelona 5, Royal 0. We have Fenerbahce 2, Celtic 0. We have Young Boys at home losing to Leipzig 3-1. We have Shakhtar Donetsk 1. We have FC Porto 3. We have Real Madrid against Union Berlin. United narrow escape 1 against Union Berlin. We have Bayern Munich 4 against Manchester United 3-4-3. We have Arsenal 4 against PSG 0. We have Braga against Napoli. Braga 1, Napoli 2. We have Real Sociedad 1. We have Inter 1. We have Galatasaray and Copenhagen, where Galatasaray played 2-2 draw. We have Sevilla against Lens, which is 1-1. And we have Benfica 0 and Salzburg 2. Now, if you hear this scoreline, you know that a lot of mixtures, a lot of feelings, and a lot of unexpected teams you didn't expect their scorelines to go down the lane are there. But we can't talk about all the old teams, so we'll just talk about the few ones, and we don't want to take too much of our time because a lot of people have been complaining about the time management. So let's just talk about Barca and Royal Anna Webs 5-0. Now, this team is the first time of them coming to the Champions League, and this is their first group stage match. So Barca win 5-0, with João Phillips having to open the score sheet for them. It was a very good game for Barca. Barca had the whole game played. They were in the position. Lewandowski, Betzilai Ongo and Gavi were there to help Barca secure a dominant victory, which is good for Barca. João Phillips scored the opener and also capped the closing goal for Barca. A good game for Barca. Royal didn't actually threaten Barca that much. Its attention was just on holiday in that match, so it was just Barca that was dominating the match through and thin. Another important one was AC Milan Newcastle. And Newcastle owed AC Milan to a goalless draw in San Siro, which is very something that was not supposed to be comfortable for AC Milan. Newcastle claimed a point after 20 years of coming back into the Champions League. That was a big work in the margin. And why the Newcastle were trying to claim a point or something, Rafael Leao was wasteful in that match. Has a several chance to convert goals and other things like that. It was, I don't know, maybe it was the team was getting into his head as the number 10 of the AC Milan team right now, but Leao has a couple of chances, Giroud as well, Samuel Chukwueze as well come close, Loftus-Cheek, and they had couple creating chances, and they were supposed to find a way to put one at the back of the net at the end of the day. But come to think of it, Newcastle gave a good fight as well. Longstaff saw Newcastle the best opportunity to tip them in the closing minute. But at the end of the day, they played the ball very well. Just a closing minute, that would have been a great message for AC Milan not to waste their chances in the Champions League. So that's it on AC Milan. Then we have PSG Dortmund, where PSG 1-2-0, where Luis Enrique, PSG got off with a winning start at the Paris Saint-Germain Stadium against an off-offensive side, a team like Dortmund where the thing about Dortmund hasn't started very good, started well this season. They are these teams that are mind playing and attacking minded, but this season they haven't gotten well, even in the Bundesliga. So I'm not surprised what I saw with PSG, where we have Mbappe and Dembele dominating the whole game. Mbappe superb in that match. Dembele was a hell of a player in that match as well. So let us briefly talk about Man City as well. The Champions League holder. They played 3-1. They come from behind. Initially, we all know they were caught on slack, where they were caught on slack where Usman Bukari actually get the goal, which we had a little bit VAR collision in the middle, and finally the away team got the goal. And Man City had to keep up to the task, where we have Alvarez actually getting a double goal, and Rodri actually cleaning it up with the completing the job for Manchester City. So it was a good game for them. City was so dominant in the second half. I think the first half was a bit open for the visitors as well, but in the second half, City was too serious with the job and they get it done. So Madrid Union Berlin, this one was supposed to be one of the most talked about in the Champions League, because it was a really good game for the both sides, balancing the equation on the both sides. Union Berlin did a very great job by consistently defending themselves, putting themselves in that shape for not allowing Madrid to break through. As well, with all Union Berlin pros in the defensive line, Madrid had a couple of chances as well, just like the AC Milan did. They had a couple of chances, but they were not taking it. Rodrigo come close too many times and everything. But at the end of the day, the Englishman, Jude Bellingham, actually gave them the goal. Madrid played so very well. They deserve, in all honesty, they deserve to win the match, because they've been playing. Their keeper doesn't even have much business in the game, because Union Berlin didn't come outside. They just want to sit back, and maybe they could get a draw in Bernabeu. But at the end of the day, because Madrid deserved to win the match as well, they come out victorious. 9 minutes go, extra 10 minutes go. Jude Bellingham again rise up to the equation. So another one was Arsenal PSG, where I would say this one is the most comfortable match this is just like the way Barca had a comfortable ride, but now Arsenal is playing with more confidence team, or more a team that is more aware of the Champions League. So we have Saka, we have Trossard, we have Jesus, and we have Odegaard. We have a couple of Arsenal players in this match. That we have Rice, that they did a perfect job in this match. And this is not to write PSG or Arteta just as a team that really wants to fight for him. So coupled with the way they played against United and the way they are doing it now, all attacking, try to win the second ball, not losing their ball in the second half or in this to third half, or misplacing any passes, giving this team a lot of dominance to even win the ball and give the opponent a big fight. Odegaard was also a super class in that match. Very, very superb, distributing the passes, and finally he got the goal. He got his goal as well. Saka too was too hot to handle. And come to think of it, PSG has not won in their last 15 Champions League. I don't know what is really going on with the team and the Champions League record, but they have not won in their last 15 Champions League. So definitely we expect Arsenal to come as victorious. So let's go to Man U Bayern, which was a big kind of a refined match, where Onana started with an error in that match, and they got downsided by Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich keep coming at them. Once Bayern Munich spots the error, Onana's error in the first, the Dalot error as well. Then Eriksen penalty, handball, and the defensive error for the fourth goal. There was a lot of errors in Man U game, individual errors that cost them so much goals. But the good thing is that they were able, or they managed to fight back to some extent, which allowed them to have this sort of goals as to match Bayern Munich. Well, and for Bayern, we have Sen, we have Gnabry, we have Harry Kane, which caused the penalty, and we have Telda, the substitute that scored the first goal. And for Man U, we have Højlund, and then we have Casemiro that scored twice for them. So it was a good game as well for Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich really, really dominated the game. Man U played well as well, but due to the errors, the individual errors, they fall short of the competition. But not to write off Bayern Munich. They were so patient. They know what they were doing. They were expecting the mistakes from Man U, and once they spotted those mistakes, they took the chances. Another thing is the Man U back four was so poor. You can run in through them at any point. But as well, apart from the back line, Eriksen too was poor in the midfield, a bit shaky, not staying in position as well. Kudos to Eriksen and Casemiro, they did a pretty good job in the midfield. But when the pressure was too much, you just have to add the slack where the slack is not coming from. But that's it. Lazio and Atletico Madrid, one of the most controversial goals in that match where Lazio goalkeeper had to score for Atletico Madrid, for Lazio in one of the crucial minutes. It was a very, very good game at that one. So Atletico self gave a good fight where they didn't actually put most of their investments in the defense. Actually, they were kind of offensive in this match. But at the end of the day, we have a goalkeeper taking the shine for that day. Obvious League review, we really want to talk about much of the teams and the tactics and the errors and everything. But because due to the time factor of how many games we're supposed to talk about, so we just need to just shut it and just give you the insight of how the games look like. So guys, thank you, like and subscribe.